Apple has just unveiled the new base iPhone 16 model, and there are several important changes, including a refreshed design, a couple of new buttons, as well as better battery life. Remember that there are 4 models in the iPhone 16 series, but here we focus on the regular iPhone 16 model and all the new features compared to the previous iPhone 15 model. So in this video, we will discuss iPhone 16 versus iPhone 15. Is the new model really better? Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Design. Apple made a big design change with the iPhone 15 Pro, swapping out the stainless steel frame for one made of titanium. That's not only more durable, it also helps the iPhone 15 Pro weigh less than its predecessor by about half an ounce less, according to the listed specs. Look for the iPhone 16 Pro to keep that titanium frame. The other big design change introduced with the iPhone 15 Pro involved a new action button replacing the mute switch found on previous models. A long press of the action button toggles on silent mode, but you can also assign shortcuts to the action button by diving into the Settings app on the iPhone 15 Pro. Alas, you can only assign one shortcut at a time. There's a possibility of that changing with the iPhone 16 Pro as more people get used to the action button's presence. But a more likely addition, according to iPhone 16 Pro rumors, would be the addition of another dedicated button. This one's the capture button, and you reportedly use it as a shortcut for snapping photos or capturing video with your iPhone's camera. It could also detect how much pressure is applied to it, resulting in it acting as a focusing mechanism much like a standard camera's shutter button. Leaked dummy units have shown off this purported capture button in full view. Display. Since the iPhone 12 Pro, screen sizes have been locked at 6.1 inches for the more compact of Apple's 2 Pro options, but that could be changing with the iPhone 16 Pro. A rumor suggests Apple is considering larger displays for both the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max. In the case of the Pro, the size of the panel would increase to 6.3 inches, making us wonder how easily the new phone would fit in our hand when compared to the 6.1-inch iPhone 15 Pro. Another source claims there could be a 20% brightness difference between the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro, which would be a noticeable difference for any user. Either way, the iPhone 16 Pro's display will need to be amplified if it stands a chance at matching the Pixel 9 Pro XL's record-setting brightness. Furthermore, the bezel around the display could also get skinnier through a display building process called border reduction structure. This would involve cramming as much of the wiring as possible to further reduce the size of the bezels. Performance and software. The iPhone 16 gets a new Apple A18 chip built on 2nd Gen 3M technology. No other phone is built using such advanced process at the time of the launch. For context, the iPhone 15 runs on the A16 Bionic chip, while the iPhone 16 is expected to be the first vanilla iPhone model to use a 3M processor. This is a 2 generations jump in technology. This new chipset is also the first built from the ground up about AI optimizations. Apple missed the AI hype train last year, but it's fully invested in this year. And speaking of AI, the iPhone 16 also likely has 8 GB of RAM, up from 6 GB RAM on the iPhone 15. Most AI tasks seem to require extra RAM, and that's probably the #1 reason for the upgrade. What this also means, however, is that it's possible that at least some AI features will not be available on the older iPhone 15. Remember that AI is a staggered rollout for Apple, with big-ticket items like the ChatGPT integration coming by the end of the year, while the all-new Siri is due in the first half of 2025. Camera. With a new pill-shaped camera system, the iPhone 16 looks different than before, but apart from the new styling, it is a less exciting camera upgrade than last year's iPhone 15. All iPhone 16 versions are also getting a new physical camera control, which is placed below the power key. This new button is a capacitive one, meaning that it only registers a press when you push it with your finger, so it won't get accidentally triggered in your pocket. You can customize it to work with various camera apps, including third-party ones. And when you are in a camera app, a half press would allow you to lock exposure or focus, while a full press would capture an image or start recording a video. We are very happy with this change, as it will make it just a bit easier not to miss that important moment and capture it faster with the press of a button. Interestingly, since this is a capacitive button, you will also be able to use it as a trackpad in a way. For example, one possible feature is you could slide your finger to zoom in and out. It could also control the amount of background blur for portraits or quickly cycle through filters. Battery life and charging. With the iPhone 16 size and form factor roughly the same as the previous iPhone 15, there will be no space for a much bigger battery. Still, rumors say a slight upgrade is possible. We will only have the exact battery size later, but Apple tells us the iPhone 16 gets 22 hours of video playback, compared to 20 hours on the iPhone 15. This is a nice 10% improvement, but for other tasks, such as audio playback, Apple quotes the same 80-hour number on the two models. In other words, there is a very slight improvement in battery life. Rumors projected the iPhone 16 to get a 3,561 mAh battery, up from a 3,349 mAh battery size on the iPhone 15, or an upgrade of 6%. We were hoping for faster charging, and we kind of get it, but only when you charge with MagSafe, which now supports 25W, up from 15W before. You would need to connect the wireless charger to a power brick with at least 30W of output to benefit from this. The iPhone 16 also supports the Ki-2 standard. Unfortunately, wired charging speeds seem to remain the same at 20W. This is the first time we've seen wireless charging being faster than wired charge. Apple Intelligence. One of the biggest differences between the iPhone 15 and the iPhone 16 is access to Apple Intelligence. Apple's new on-device AI platform was announced at WWDC 2024 in June and is rumored to launch with iOS 18.1. But there's a catch. It looks like these new AI features will only be available to certain iPhones due to the processing power requirements for on-device AI. Right now, the beta version of Apple Intelligence only runs on the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. If that same requirement applies to the full launch of Apple Intelligence, anyone with a base iPhone 15, iPhone 15 Plus, or an older iPhone won't be able to use Apple's new AI features. However, we expect the entire iPhone 16 lineup to support Apple Intelligence. So if you want to use Apple Intelligence, which includes some impressive new features and a Siri upgrade, that alone may make it worthwhile to upgrade to the iPhone 16, even if you currently have an iPhone 15. Price. It's no secret that iPhones can be pricey, so price is a crucial factor to consider before trading in your phone for an iPhone 15 or 16. Apple hasn't announced the official price for the iPhone 16, but it will likely be on par with the pricing for the iPhone 15 lineup, which should get a price cut after the iPhone 16 launches. Apple usually offers 3 generations of iPhone models at a time, reducing the price of previous year's models by $100 when a new generation launches. So the iPhone 16 will most likely cost $799 for the base model, while the iPhone 15 will go down to $699. This also means Apple will probably discontinue the iPhone 13 when the iPhone 16 launches. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.